Hello, lovelies. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Come on in. Let's build some resiliency. What do you think of that idea? Who is there today? Who is with me on this gorgeous, gorgeous Tuesday afternoon? Hello, Jenny. No, I don't want to cast this onto a bigger screen. That's big enough. Hi, Catherine. Come on in, everyone. It's time to get busy. We got some things to do here, folks. Hi, Lisa. I'm glad to be back too. I am doing great. Just working out all the things. We have no electricity, and right now we are being powered by a generator. We will not have electricity until Thursday. Y'all, Thursday. This is the thing about living on top of a mountain. Hey, Vanessa, good to see you. Yolanda's here too. Here come my ladies. I love seeing you. Does anybody see anything in the background? Tell me what you see in the background besides my supplements on the wall. I brought something upstairs to show you. Yes, it's a beautiful day. I brought something to show you, and if you see it, it's right there. Look, look, look. That's my orchid. And my orchid is really in charge of today's topic, because today I am going to be talking about being resilient. No, this is not this isn't an Easter plant. I have had this for a few years now. I got this, I think, in 2018 when we lived back in Boulder, and it was a gift. And it was beautiful at the time. And then after, the blossoms fall off and everything, and I stuck a fake orchid strand in there just so that we could have it. And then I cut the stem off, which you're never supposed to do, the dead stem. But I did, and guess what? It had a double strand of blooms. And I think you can see the double strand of blooms. It's just absolutely glorious. I don't know anything about growing orchids except that you don't overwater them. And it is just the most glorious, beautiful, resilient orchid. We moved cross country with that in the back of our car. We crammed, Mark thought I was crazy, but I was like, no, this is going with us. I had all of our plants squished into the back along with the lamps, and it was just like, nope, this is happening. So moving cross country. And when we got back here, and it was in full bloom at the time, and I was a little concerned that those little blossoms would just get crushed and everything. And essentially everything was stuffed into the back, and I was as careful as I could be, and it was fine. And those blooms lasted on this orchid for months. They're supposed to last maybe a month, but they lasted for like 3 months. It was just ridiculous. And as a matter of fact, you can see the little stand that it's on. Robert built that stand out of a piece of laurel, and it's a glorious stand because this is a glorious plant. But I love this plant. I love this orchid. This orchid reminds me that I am resilient, that you are resilient, that resilience is what forms our backbones. It's what makes us strong women. It's what gives us our power. It's what holds us down, and it's our anchor. Resiliency right now is everything. So I wanted to share that with you. And, it's in full bloom right now, which, funny enough, full bloom is happening on Saturday, you guys. Can you believe it? We're here. It's happening on Saturday. And I can't even tell you how exciting this whole workshop is going to be. This workshop is going to fill your little empty cup. If you have a cup that needs filling, you need to show up. If you go to savingdinner.com/bloom, you'll get all the details on it. Here's the thing you need to know. We are in, right now today, I just find it so interesting that this is the timing of this event. Well, it was supposed to be in person, and you know what happened there. And now it's virtual, and now we have more people coming. And this is a coming together of not just connection and community, but it's also a coming together of some strong women, of developing our resiliency, of developing ourselves even further, of living our legacy right now today. We're not leaving a legacy, we're going to live it, ladies. And it's finding and tapping into the thing inside of us that we don't even know exists yet. And that's what this whole thing is about. And I know that sounds really vague, but if you go to savemedinner.com/bloom, you'll see everything there. We have plenty of room. We can expand how many seats we need for this thing. And I'm also putting together a sheet. So if you want a nutritional hot seat done, those will be going out. We have an email that is going to be going out for everyone with who is registered for the event. And there will be a thing that says, hey, if you want to do a nutritional hot seat, here's the form to fill out. Okay? Not everybody's going to be able to do it, of course. We'll be there till midnight, but it's going to be great. I cannot wait. I love seeing people putting out their things saying, I am resilient. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because resilience is the thing. Without resilience, we're going to fold and just not be our very best selves. Being our very best selves means that we got to dig, girls. We got to go on an archaeological dig and find the stuff that's inside that is going to power, this part of our lives. We have no choice. We have no choice. So if this is what it is, if this is where we are, then dig. And we have to, I wrote this down in my notes, that we have to look out at our community. We have to look up to God, and we have to look in for the stuff that we have inside. It is a full force thing. It is a full force thing. And I believe with all of my heart that when we start to do this and when we understand and we are living on purpose like this and reaching out to our community, reaching in and finding what we've got and reaching up to God and recognizing that this is where we are and that we are dependent on God. We are dependent on our own stuff, and we are dependent on one another. That is connection. That's connection. And ultimately, that is what we need. Without that connection, we lose resiliency. We go from being powerful to being pitiful. And we know that quote inside and out, don't we? You can be powerful or you can be pitiful, but you can't be both. And we choose powerfulness. We choose to be powerful. We choose to be resilient. We choose to be the women that aren't just faking it until they make it, but really understanding that it's the mindfulness of the moment that is going to carry us and is going to create within us becoming a new creature. That's okay. That's okay. You think about the potter's wheel, and you think about, that whole thing about becoming this clay pot, and being refined in the potter's fire. Think about all of these things. Think about all of the analogies and all of the metaphors and all of the things that are out there on how it is that we become refined. Refinement and resiliency go hand in hand. They do. Because we are recognizing that there's a lot of stuff that needs to get burned off. There's a lot of stuff that, we maybe have just been too much of a princess lately. And maybe it's time for us to step into our next level. That's what I believe we're about to do. I believe that we are here for such a time as this to become everything that we're supposed to become. And that's what we're going to be doing on Saturday, all day Saturday. I apologize in advance to all the people who are on the West Coast. It's an early morning for you. We're starting at 9 a.m. here. We're starting at 9 a.m. here. Hi, Amy and Susan. Good to see you. But here's the thing too. Here's the thing. It's the only way we can get through is to be connected. The only way that we're ever going to understand the power that we have is to understand those three things. Is to understand the power of our community, it's to understand the power of a connection with God, and it's to understand that inside of you, you've got what it takes, you've got all the raw materials, it's up to you to pull it all out. How fun is that? I mean, how about that? We get to do that, and that's what we're going to be doing on Saturday. It is a workshop all day, and we're going to be going through it all. I cannot wait. Find out about it at savinggdinner.com/bloom. You want to be there. That's all. And we've got a big like goodie swag bag that's coming out your way. Wait till you see. All the stuff is going to be there. And you'll get an email with all the stuff. If you're registered, you'll get an email with all the stuff, including the swag bag. Yeehaw, giddy up. Our quote of the week is, and of course I've got the thing backwards, don't I? Yeah, I do. You know I do. Because I would like to roll that way. I just want to see if you're paying attention. No. Ultimately, the only way to be in control of your life is to be in control of your thoughts. What? That's James Clear. He's The Atomic Habits is the name of his book, James Clear. I highly recommend it. Really good. Susan said, getting up early will be worth it. Get to have coffee with you. Yes, I will be having coffee. And at that time, I will be having coffee that is not French press coffee that puts grounds in my coffee. That is not a nice way to wake up, by the way. Nobody wants a mouthful of grounds. Am I right? And I know that there's better French presses out there. I think my coffee was just ground too fine or something. I don't know. I'm not about to do it. Our free thing of the week, our free shipping of the week. You throw some tea in your cart, you're going to get free shipping, my friend. Free shipping starting today. Starting today, free shipping. Throw our Body Clutter tea, Wise Women's tea, into your cart and you will get free shipping. Yay! Just put ships free. Everything that you've got is going to ship free. Everything. Because that's how we roll. And if it's $100, look at us. We're going to throw you a mindful mug. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I love it. A mindful mug. And a note from me. We're talking about building resilience today. You want to hear about that? Should we talk about that? I love resilience. I love the word resilience because what resilience means is adapting well in face of adversity, in face of hardship, in face of some grave illness, in face of fill in the blank, the stuff that's causing you to freak out. I love that. This is what we look at. Resiliency helps you to change and to shift so that you can meet the challenge head on. Resiliency does that. It doesn't mean that you don't feel stress. It doesn't mean that you're not challenged in some way. It doesn't mean that you're going, hey, this is just great. Sign me up for another pandemic. It doesn't mean that at all. But it does mean that you're in a mindful way able to process the enormity of what's going on because you understand that you have to adjust these things. You have to adjust the way that you think. You have to adjust the way that you do things. You have to adjust. And blessed is the flexible, blessed is the woman who is flexible, for she will not be easily broken. Am I right? When we have that flexibility at our fingertips and we are realizing that this is what we're up to here. This is what's up, man. We don't have a choice. Then that brings us to the place of control. That brings us to the place of the things that we can control. And the American Psychological Association has 10 things that they believe will help you to become resilient. 10 things. I'm going to give it to you right now with my spin, of course, because I got my own opinions. The first one is to prioritize your relationships. To prioritize your relationships. And think about this right now. We're going to either walk out of this thing once everything is said and done. We're either going to walk out of this thing with a built relationship, with something that's more that we're closer with our spouse or partner, that we have a new understanding with our children, but we need to be building that deliberately on a daily basis. Those relationships are God-given, and therefore we need to be in that place of understanding that it means that it has to be prioritized. So many times we spend our time, think about this as a parent. We've spent our time, hurry up, let's go, hurry up, let's go. One activity after the other, after the other, after the other. And now no more. Now here they are. So, wow, what a cool thing to be able to build that relationship and know your child in that way, know your spouse in that way, and to look at it, instead of looking at it as like, here are all these people, they're like cramping my style. It's like, what can I learn about them? There's a treasure to be discovered in each one of those people that are under your roof. And I'm going to just put out a challenge for you to discover what those things are. And just remember that those eyeball to eyeball connections and that love that you can convey, and being mindful in present in the moments of having those conversations with your children, with your spouse, with whomever is living under your house, is an opportunity. So embrace it. Number 2. I love this one. And this is not mine. This is not mine. This is from the American Psychological Association. Be a part of a group. Be a part of a small, caring community that you can have regular connections with. Interesting. We have that with the Sprint. We have that here on the Saving Dinner page. But in a smaller community, we have the Saving Dinner Sprint, the Hot Melt Sprint. And that's at savingdinner.com/sprint. It's a free thing. And it's an anti-inflammatory diet, and it sets everything up so that it can show you how to build your immune system, how to hydrate properly, how to get rid of all the inflammation in your diet, how to stop snacking, all these things that help you to build your health. But the bigger and most amazing overarching thing that I never knew would come into play is the amazing group of women that this has attracted. There are women in there encouraging each other on the daily. There are women in there supporting each other and helping to problem solve and just being there, that are giving each other the atta-girls. And we all need that right now, don't we? I need encouragement on a daily basis, don't you? That's what this is all about. So being in a smaller group, it's killer. It's everything. And it's having a joint goal, is having a vision for yourself. It's having women who are there to hold your hand and hold you up. We all need this. When Moses was out there holding his arms up, his arms got tired, and his brothers came alongside and held his arms up for him, so they could keep the water split in half when they were trying to cross the water. Think about all of this. Think about how we get together, and think about how we support each other and the importance of that. We need that, especially right now. Being connected is everything. And number 2 is, number 3, is taking care of yourself. And how often have we just, eaten a bunch of crap and sat around and watched a bunch of Netflix movies, drank too much wine and ate a bunch of sugar and just, whatever. And maybe been days and days without a shower and just kind of falling into this slow, soft depression and landing into this just like, it's just too late. It's just, I can't do anything. Well, it's time to get into some serious self-care. I mean, if you've got mayonnaise in your refrigerator, you can, condition your hair. If you've got an egg white, you can put a mask on your face. If you've got time to take a bath, and if you've got a bathtub, take a bath. But do something that just says, I care about myself. Because this is telling your brain that you're all about you and taking care of yourself, and taking care of yourself first is going to help you take care of all those people that are in your house, if you have them. If you're all by yourself, it's going to tell yourself that you're still worthy of the self-care that you need to do. Don't say, hey, nobody's going to see me. It does matter. It does matter. It matters to you, because this is your self-worth that's on the line. I made a list of self-care things that you can do, that I can do for myself. I suggest that you make one for yourself as well. Number 4 is limit the negativity. I'm telling you, if I read one more conspiracy theory about this whole thing, I'm going to lose my ever-loving mind. There's a bunch of nuts out there who is going to, I promise you, they'll take you there with them. You know, and you can get involved into a negative troll. You could get almost to the place of being a troll on Facebook. Let's just pinkies up, girls. Can we have a pinky swear on that one? We're just not going to do that. Waste of time, waste of energy, all unprovable. And you know what? You know what it's doing to you? It's tearing you down. I promise you, it's tearing you down. There will be answers to all of this. And like, you know, I love what one of the doctors said. You know, when they were asking about it, you know, or it was one of the governors or somebody, he said, you know, there will be plenty of time for postmortems that we can go back and look and see what isn't working. There will be plenty of time. But for right now, if you're interested on some resiliency, then resiliency has to come from within and not from without. That resilience, there is no, getting involved in a conspiracy theory is not going to help you out. It's not going to make you resilient. It's not going to make you feel good. It's going to worry you. It's going to have you watching endless stuff on YouTube and, oh, they're taking the video down, go watch it now. It's just ridiculous, the power of this kind of negativity. And it's all unproven. You know, there's so much stuff out there. Limit your news, limit that kind of stuff, and just say no to it, you know. At later date, maybe go back and if there is a genuine concern, you know, is Bill Gates like for us, or is it 5G or whatever? If you have those questions, later on, not now. Right now, it's your heart that I'm concerned about. It's your mind that I'm concerned about. It's your soul. It's your body that I'm concerned about. I'm trying to keep you in the best place possible. And the best thing that I know is resiliency, because resiliency is the thing that we all need right now. We need stuff bouncing off of us. We need to focus on ourselves and being the very best versions of ourselves that we can be, right? This is why I think the timing for full bloom is just so incredible. You know, it's gonna blow us all away, because we get to have that kind of focus instead of all this other negativity. Number 5 is help others. I want to show you what my sister Laurie did, who is a nurse, and she was, you know, she was a surgical assistant, surgical nurse in an office where they're no longer, you know, she's no longer doing stuff. So she sent me this, and I'm going to show you. She made these. This is her mask that she made. Isn't it so cute? It's got a little wire tie here so that I can put it straight. It's all right along my ears, and it's super comfy. This is what Laurie made. She made me 2 of those. I've got a blue one and a light blue one, and they're reversible. And she just, I mean, that's what she did. And I said, tell me when they're ready, and I'll let everybody know that they're ready to go. But this is what she's doing to help others. And I said, I'll tell everybody about it. Just let me know. And she said, you know what? I'm doing this right now for everybody, for family. And that's why I got some. And she said she's doing them all for, as well, for all of her people in the medical field. But that's what she's doing. She got a pattern, she created it, she did all of that, and she's knocking them out. And they're lovely. She did a great job. Yeah, and I told her, I said, I know that people would be buying them from you. Just let me know, and I will happy to share a link for you. But anyway, her name's Laurie, and she's lovely. And someday I'll tell you the whole story about Laurie, because I have a pretty interesting story about that. Number 6 is mindfulness. If we mindlessly go down rabbit holes and look at conspiracy theories, if we mindlessly go into places where everybody is scaring the living wits out of you, if we mindlessly eat, if we mindlessly consume too much media, too much Netflix, too much whatever, we are going to emerge from this thing 20 pounds heavier, all inflamed, depressed, and not feeling our total selves. Stepping into mindfulness means that you're stepping into your very best self. That's the start. That's where follow the yellow brick road is, right? That's where we know where to go. That is resiliency. Being mindful instead of just on automatic pilot and letting things happen. And it doesn't mean you got to do this perfectly, you got to do that perfectly. Never. It's not about perfect, it's about excellence. Mindfulness is excellent. Let's keep mindful. Let's keep drinking our water. Let's keep taking in eating bone broth. Let's keep on keeping on. And that happens when we're mindful. Number 7, this is an opportunity, believe it or not, for discovery. And I'm not saying go out and learn a new language, go out and learn a new skill, maybe. But what I'm saying to you is look for the opportunities. Look for the opportunities. There is an opportunity everywhere. And you remember, you've heard me talk about the reticular activating system and looking for the clues and the evidence to support the things that you want. That's it right there. That's it right there. Look for the evidence, because there is an opportunity that is ready to knock at your door. What did Laurie do when she got, when she lost her job? She started making these masks. That was an opportunity. That is a need, and she is fulfilling it. She's so busy right now, she can't do anything else. And she's also starting to make little head thingies, for nurses to cover their hair. She's doing all kinds of things. This is what she's doing. This is a resilient woman looking for the opportunity because everything changed in her life. Instead of crying, instead of whining, she is resilient and she's looking for the opportunity. Remember what I told you about whining? Whining, the studies have shown that it shrinks your brain. The hippocampus is right here. It's the front part of the frontal cortex of your brain, and it actually shrinks when you complain and you whine. That's crazy. You don't want a shrunken brain. We need all the brain power we can get. So that is what we need to do. That is what we need to be doing and looking for. It always shows up. I explained the reticular activating system to you before. And it's like when you decide you're going to buy a red Prius, suddenly there's red Priuses all out on the road. And it's not because you didn't have a red Prius, they weren't there before. It's because they're showing up, because now you are activated and looking for them and seeing them. If not actively, you see them. So that's fantastic. And I'm going to invite you to that whole place, of just really looking for the evidence. And write yourself a note. I am actively looking for evidence to support the things that I want in my life. I'm actively looking for it. It's going to happen. It will fall into your lap. It's bizarre how this whole thing happens. It's happened to me more than one time. And people, places, things, opportunities, the whole 9 yards. This is how it works. We attract in the things that we're vibrating out. And if that sounds really weird to you, don't let it be weird. Everything has a vibration. Everything. If I were to hold up this glass of water versus this mug and had an electrical probe that showed you, I could show it to you. And I'm going to be doing that on Saturday. I'm going to show you how vibrations work, and a higher vibration versus a lower vibration. And it's absolutely incredible. When we're happy, it's vibration is energy, right? When we're happy, our energy level is way up there. And when we're low, have you ever walked into a room and you just said, oh boy, this is a mistake? Because you're sitting there with people who have such a low vibe that the negativity is like coming off of them, and you need to run out the door and go take a shower. You ever been with with people like that? That's the difference. That is the difference. So if you're looking for an opportunity to discover, you are looking to see what's out there. It will come your way. Watch what happens. Things will fall into your lap. It's so cool. Number 8 is your perspective. Keep your perspective on point. Keep your perspective about the things that are controllable right here, where you are right now. Fun, right? Because there is a whole lot that's in control. Right now I have no electricity. We are running on a generator, right? Until Thursday, I will not have electricity. We haven't had electricity since Sunday. And yesterday we didn't have anything. Mark went out and he was doing the whole, helping out. He's part of a volunteer fire department, and he was out putting out brush fires. He was out, taking down trees and helping with a chainsaw and everything so that the Duke Power could come in and do what they needed to do. That's what he did all day yesterday. And then he went and bought a generator. Thank heavens. So we had a generator, and we were able to, run the internet right now. It's running on the internet. But that is an opportunity for me. I can get all bent out of shape because I can't turn my oven on. I can get all bent out of shape because I'm taking, worried about my freezer downstairs, Is that what I want to do? Or do I want to have a perspective that says I am blessed and highly favored? I am blessed and highly favored. Remember I told you about that when I woke up with that the other day? I feel like I am blessed and highly favored. I've got a generator downstairs. I'm not going to have a whole bunch of food going bad on me. It's going to limit my activities for sure, but it's for a few days. I'm a big girl. I can handle it. You can handle my hair like this another couple of days, right? I really need a shower, and we have no hot water. But is it the end of the world? Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I'm so happy about today and about having my perspective is I'm so happy about having a generator that I brought my flower upstairs so you could see it. I could see my orchid in full bloom, my resilient orchid in full bloom. Man, all the difference. Perspective changes everything. The other thing is to have a goal. Do you have a goal for yourself? I'll tell you what my goal is. My goal is when we emerge from this thing that I'm going to have changed. I don't know what it's going to be, but I know this, that if I'm here at this time for this purpose, I am going to do whatever it is that God is going to put on my plate, whatever it is. And I'm asking right now, what's going on here? What is going on here? Where do I need to go? What's my direction? What's my purpose? How do you want me to change my mission? I still believe, that getting families back to the dinner table is one of the most important things I've ever done. And I believe that it is clearly always going to be one of my life's missions, always. And I believe helping people to eat better and healthier and for themselves in a customized plan and be their own best friends is also part of my mission. But what else is there? I don't know, and I believe there's going to be a big unveiling. I'm expecting it. That's my expectation. So put your goals and your expectations out there and just let God know, hey, I'm all over it. I want this. That's how you want it to be. That's how you want it to be. And I promise you, He will show up. He will give you the thing. He will give you whatever it is that you're looking for, and He will give you the answers because He never fails. He's that consistency. He's that strength. He is always present and has never given up on any of us. He hasn't, which is really so important. I'm so thankful for that. And the last thing that I would do right now is I would be proactive in all the things that I'm doing, proactive in making the list, proactive in making sure that you're making those phone calls to connect, proactive in that you're writing in your journal, proactive, you're keeping your morning and your evening routines. You've elevated them to rituals. We're going to talk about that again at Full Bloom on Saturday. Proactive and not just passive, not letting the things in, and being a gatekeeper of your home. Don't let the negativity in. Be that woman who stands with a sword at the door. No, you will not. This is my family. This is my heart. This is my environment. And no negativity is allowed. You get to do that. You get to do that. Jane's right. She says, we are cocooning in and we will emerge as butterflies. And that's the whole purpose of the transformation. So there. All right, guys, I am just so you know, no cooking lessons until we are back up and running because I can't run the lights and I'd be completely in the dark. And without having the generator going and all of that. So we are no cooking lessons probably until Friday. Right? Yes, I will learn to host a Zoom meeting. That's perfect, Susan. Yep, that's perfect. So Friday is Q&A, and I will be here on Friday to answer your questions. If you have a question about nutrition, cooking, or anything else, just send it to me. You need to send an email to support@savingdinner.com, and in the email subject line, put question for Leanne on Friday. It will be put into a place where I will be sure to answer on Friday. So there's that. Don't forget, if you want to get on Bloom, now's the time. So go to savingdinner.com and /Bloom. Go take a look at everything. I want you there. I want you there because we are going to be in full bloom. We are going to be at our very best self. We are going to be here so that you can have everything that you are seeking in your life. And that's what this whole workshop is about: implementing and becoming and discovering. It's everything. And it's about living your legacy now, not leaving it, living it. I'm excited. Go check it out. And the last thing that I have to say to you is, don't forget, free shipping ships free when you add tea to your cart. And also, if you would like to support Saving Dinner, we would appreciate your support, because it has been quite scary because, we have supply. Oh, speaking of supplies, our supplier has let me know that L-glutamine, just juiced veggies will be shipping today. Okay, so they've run them and they're shipping. And then everything else is like, it's touch and go. All supplement manufacturers right now are completely overwhelmed. They're running 24/7. I tried to order some vitamin C and was put off until the middle of May. So this is on Amazon. So I'm just letting you know, supplements are in high demand right now. We have some supplements that are coming in. We also have some immune supplements that I'll let you know about as soon as they run them. I'm not going to talk about them until they run them. It's just, like I said, touch and go. But if you want to support us, you can support Saving Dinner by becoming a Dinner Answers member. It's really simple. It's only $7 a month. We're calling it pandemic pricing. And all you have to do is sign up. Go to savingdinner.com. You'll see it on the front page. Sign up for the monthly at $7 per month. And you're supporting a small woman-owned business for 19 years now. And my team. You're supporting all of us. And we appreciate it. And you know what else? Not only are you doing that, but we're supporting you because we're giving you menus, recipes, a whole dinner plan every single week to help you as you're cooking in the kitchen. And again, I will be back on Friday, hopefully, fingers crossed, once that electricity comes back, to give you all that you need in the cooking lessons department of life. Right now, I'm just grateful that I have a gas stove and a box of matches. We're eating something, right? And making salads. Got a lot of salad there to eat. You guys are the best, and I appreciate all of you so, so very much. Thank you for supporting Saving Dinner. Thank you for coming to Bloom, for heaven's sakes, and getting your supplements from us. We do have them. Go check it out at savingdinner.com. And again, just keep resilient. Keep resilient. This is how we get through all of this, and not just get through it, but come out the other side even better than where we are now. What do you think? You with me? Pinkies up, lovelies. Pinkies up. I love you all and think you're the best. Absolutely the best. Peace out. I will see you tomorrow at 1.